Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samya aka Pretty Paperback, and today, by the title of this video, you already know what this video is going to be about. So I am back with another haul video. I have received few books from the publisher. I have bought few books from my bookstagram friend Unhaul, and I'm so happy. I'm looking at my box right now, and it giving me so much happiness. I should rather call it a box of happiness rather than a box of books. Wait, let me just show you the box, guys. It's really heavy. It's heavy. Well, I think that wasn't enough exercise for a month. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first book is Len Sweets by Shrishti Chaudhary. So I am currently reading this book, and this is my progress. I am on the verge of finishing it, and this book is set in 1995 in a very small town of Siaka, um, where our female protagonist Tara Taneja works for her grandfather, Lalaji. Lalaji owns a sweet shop known as Len Sweets, and it is well known to everybody in the town that Lalaji used some sort of secret ingredient to make his laddus more delicious. And now Lalaji have decided to retire, and he has also decided that his sweet shop will not be inherited by his grandchildren, but rather they have to earn it. So he has devised this entire quest for his grandchildren to find the magic ingredient on that journey. And now Rohit, Mohit, and Tara, the three grandchildren, have to go on this journey to find the magic ingredient. Niku, Nikhil, who is Tara's childhood best friend, is also back in the town, and he has also joined Tara on this journey to help her find the magic ingredient, and so that she can inherit the Lalan sweets. This journey takes them to different places like Agra, Delhi, Chandigarh, Ludhiana, and honestly for me getting into this book was little hard at first. I'm not going to lie, I felt the first 100 pages were very slow, but once this journey begins, like once Rohit, Mohit, Tara and Nikhil start this journey to find the magic ingredient, it gets so good, it gets so adventurous, it makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you root for Tara even more, and I love it. Just those 100 pages were, I felt that was bit stretched, but after 100 pages the book gets real good, that I don't think any reader would want to miss it. Although about to finish this book, and I'm going to share my honest opinions on in my Instagram page and on my Goodreads. The link would be in the description below, so make sure to check it out too. If you are someone who was born and brought up in 80s, then I think you will love this book, because this book has all the desi feels, especially the crazy hype of Bollywood stars, especially Shah Rukh Khan. Author have mentioned so many songs in between that I think any 80s kid would love to read it. And this book has tropes like childhood best friend, second chance romance, one bed row, rom-com set in 80s. Although I do have to mention that the main theme of this book was not romance, but this was a quest to find the magic ingredient, so it was more on the adventurous side. But if you are someone who wants to read a book set in 80s with all the desi rom-com kind of a feel, then I would definitely recommend this book to you. Okay, so the next book is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I just saw this one reel, guys, which said, if you're in your 20s, then you must read this book. And I was like, I'm in my 20s. Hello, I should read this book, right? So I added this book in my wish list. I was on a book buying ban. Was. Let's highlight that because you have to see this video further because I am telling you why I was. So I was on a book buying ban, and I was like, I will break this ban in 2025. But for now, I will add it on my wish list and I'll purchase it later. But one of my follower was kind enough to gift me this book. As soon as I opened my Amazon parcel, I was so happy because I didn't order it, and I was so happy. And there was this little note. That's my lipstick mark. Okay, which says, I love your account so much that, wow, I am going blind. I love your account so much. This is my 5-star read of 2024, and I hope you enjoy reading this book like I did. And I'm so happy and I'm so grateful to this community. I was literally happy. It was my happiest day of 2024 when I received this book. So thank you so much for sending this book. I am definitely going to read it very, 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 very soon. The next book is The Book of Emperors. This is an illustrated book on Mughal history. I have already finished reading it, and if you are someone who loves to read about the history, or if you are an history buff like me, then you will definitely like reading this book. This book shares about the glorious history of the Mughal Empire in India, from Babur to Akbar to the last Mughal emperor who was Bahadur Shah Zafar. This book is illustrated and insightful. With so much insights about that era and with the glorious past and with the beautiful illustrations, I feel that this book stands 5 on 5 for me. This book is suitable for any young reader who is above 11, and I think that even if you're not an history buff like me, or you don't read books at all, this book could be the very first book that you can give to your kid if you want them to become a reader. This book was delightful, educating, as well as entertaining, and age doesn't matter. Even if you are in your 20s or in your 30s or in your 40s, you will definitely learn something new about that era. And I think that this book could be the book that we should pass on to the coming generation to educate them about our Indian history. And I definitely recommend this book to any history buff out there. Next read is one of my most anticipated book of 2024, and it is Twelfth Night by Alexine Farrell Fullmouth. Well, I started reading this book and I did not finish it. I was traveling and I switched to a different book because I was not in the mood to read anything. But I think I'm going to pick this book up next and finish reading where I left off. And Jack do not get along. Popular Jack Orsino is the worst student body president Voila Reese has ever seen, and his lancical attitude is just one more thing on Bee's long list of things to be annoyed about. Her only escape? The online role playing game, Twelfth Night, where she creates a masculine alter ego in order to be taken seriously in the gaming world. When a football injury leads Jack to start playing Twelfth Night too, their two worlds are set to collide, and as it becomes increasingly difficult for V to hide her true identity, Jack might just be falling for her offline. So, by reading the synopsis of this book, I can imagine that this book is going to be sort of enemies to lovers kind of a romance, and it is an interesting to see that a female protagonist in a gaming world, I feel that the industry is dominated by male, and seeing our female protagonist doing very well in the gaming industry gives a new perspective. Do you guys know that she is also the author of The Mechanical Romance? But she is also the author of the Atlas 6. I know, right? She has written the series The Atlas Six, and she has also written this book and Mechanical Romance. Book is Day Trading by Gary Vee. I have been following Gary Vee for a very long time, and I think that wherever you are, no matter the country, but if you're talking about the game of content creation, then Gary Vee is the name that you just cannot miss. What niche you follow, fashion, travel, writing, doesn't matter which niche you are following, but if you are in the game of content creation, then you must follow Gary Vee. And I'm very excited to read his book Day Trading, creating a brand image and sales in the social media world. Not so long ago, Raj Sharmani tweeted this: in future, you are going to be a content creator either by choice or by force. And I completely agree with him that social media is going to be a game changer very soon. If you are going for an interview, just a scenario, and you are asked to give them your LinkedIn profile and your Instagram profile now. And I think that creating and generating sales through Instagram is one of the hardest yet most valuable thing. If you are just growing on Instagram, putting out the content every day and not earning through it or not making money through it, so why are you going doing all that? You are spending your time and money to create content and not earning through it. I think it's a very expensive hobby. Then even if you have 100k followers or 500k followers, growing is not just the only thing that you need to do on social media. It is important for you to sell something or have a business module or something that brings you money in, right? At the end of the day, everyone is doing it for the money, and I think Gary Vee is one of the major content creator, or you can say that the social media coach that can help you to generate sales. This video is not sponsored by Gary Vee, by the way. I have been following him for a very long time, and I have um, generated a lot of respect for this guy because he know the game of content creation. And if you are a content creator, I highly recommend you to find him anywhere, like on YouTube or on Instagram, and you will definitely love him. The next three books are by the same author, and he's also the author of Master Your Emotions, and he's out with his new books, which is Success is Inevitable, Think Better Thoughts, The One Goal. I am very much excited to read this book, and if you haven't subscribed me on YouTube yet, make sure to do it because I am going to shoot a reading vlog of this series, and I want to see whether these books are worth the hype or not. So the next book was in my wish list for a very long time, and I cannot be more grateful to Pan Macmillan India for sending me this book for the Pride Month. She Who Became the Sun. In a famine stricken village, a shear shows two children their future. For the boy, there's greatness. For the girl, nothingness. But China in 1345 lies under the harsh Mongol rule, and the other villagers can't imagine how the boy, Su Chong Gubha, sorry if I'm butchering the name, might find success. And indeed, when bandit seals the village, Zhu dies. Desperate to survive, the girl steals her brother's identity to enter the monastery. There, Zhu learns to be ruthless to avoid her fated death. But when her sanctuary is destroyed by war, Zhu is cast back into the world. To stay alive, she must claim her brother's great destiny as her own and rise as high as she can dream. I think I'm going to love this book because this book feels like a female lead, and I'm very excited to read this book. So, the next book is The Mystery Guest by Neeta Prose. I have read the book one, which is The Maid, and I absolutely adore the female main character of that book, which is Molly, the maid. And I don't know whether this book are interconnected or not, but I do recommend the first book by Nita Prose, which is the maid. Molly Gray wears her head maid badge proudly for every shift at the Regency Grand Hotel, plumping pillows, sweeping up secrets, silently restoring rooms to a state of perfection. But the hotel's reputation is sullied when a guest, a famous mystery writer, drops very dead on the tier floor. As suspicion swirls in the hotel corridor, it is clear there's grim lurking beneath the guilt, and Molly knows that she alone holds the key to the mystery. But unlocking it means thinking about the past, about a dusty old house, and everything else she tidied away in her memory. Because Molly knew the dead guest once upon a time, and she knows his secret too. I bought this one book specifically because of a booktuber, Ritvik. He was raving about this book all over the gram and on YouTube channel, and I don't read this genre. I mean, I do, but romance, rom-com, YA are more sort of my genre. But the way he was speaking about these books and the series made me pick this book up, and I only bought the first book from from a friend's unhaul. And if I like the first book, I'll go for the rest of the series. But I'm definitely excited to read this book. In a peaceful retirement village, four unlikely friends meet up once a week to investigate unsolved murders. But when a brutal killing takes place on their very doorstep, the Thursday Murder Club find themselves in the middle of the first life case. Elizabeth, Joyce, Ibrahim, and Ron might be pushing 80, but they still have a few tricks up their sleeves. Can our unorthodox but brilliant gang catch the killer before it's too late? I think I am going to enjoy reading this one. Everybody loves a great crime book, right? But what about financial crimes? In this book, author has penned down 10 financial crimes that have changed the course of Indian as well as global economies. Fraudster Tales by Vijay Narayan Govind. I mean, you can get your inspiration from anywhere, right? So maybe this book will be my inspiration. Just kidding. Or am I? But I'm very excited to read this book because watched this show, Scam 1991, and I was intrigued. And since then, I was looking for that kind of genre in the book, but I didn't find any, and but I do have a copy now. So I'm very excited to read this book. The next book is Love Life: How to Raise Your Standards, Find Your Person, and Live Happily No Matter What by Matthew Hussein. Sorry, I'm butchering the name, but this is a gorgeous copy. I don't remember. I saw this book on one of the influencer story. I think it was Tam Kaur. I'm not sure though. And since then, I wanted to read this book. Finding love can be hard. In Love Life, world renowned coach and New York best time selling author Matthew delivers a practical roadmap for letting go of past relationships, overcoming the fear of getting left behind, and finding the love we want. Love Life is about doing love better. More than a book about romantic relationships, it shows us how to take control of each of the major relationships in our life: our relationship with others, our relationship with ourselves, and our relationship with life itself. Love Life sets you on the path to find the love of your life while deepening your love for life. Wow, it sounds a very promising kind of a book. I will definitely read this book. Okay, so I bought these three books from one of my bookstagrammer friends, Unhaul, and they are in a good condition. And while I was flipping through the books, I saw this, and it was a very sweet kind of, I don't know what is the name of this flower, but I'll keep it here safe. So the next book is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I think I saw this book on uh, Instagram or on BookTube. I don't remember exactly. But since then, I wanted to read this book, and of course, it is set in Paris after all. So Anna had everything figured out. She was about to start senior year with her best friend. She has a great weekend job, and a huge work crush looked as if it might finally be going somewhere. Until her dad decides to send her 4383 miles away to Paris on her own. But despite not speaking a word of French, Anna finds herself making new friends, including Ethnic St. Clair. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. The smart, beautiful boy from the floor above. But he's taken, and Anna might be too. Will a year of romantic near misses end with a French kiss she's been waiting for? I don't know why my parents don't send me to Paris alone. Hmm. At least somebody else is living a dream, so okay. Next book is In a New York Minute by Kate Spencer. I don't know what this book is about, but I saw this book on one of the booktubers video, and I was like, I have to read it. So yeah. So the next book is Mr. and Mrs. Witch by Gwenda Bond. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I loved shooting it. And if you did, then make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube page. You can check out my other links in the description box below. And bye. See you in the next video. Bye.